Hi, my name's Mr. P Gaming, and I've seen a lot of people struggle with removing parked cars from maps in Giant's Editor. So what I'm here to do right now is show you my way of how to do it. Because the parked cars are in a certain area in Giant's Engine. It's not the easiest thing to find, not the easiest pathway either, but we'll get there. As you can see right now, we are here on Attingham. It is a beautiful map. I've made some changes to this one, of course, because I'm doing a realistic series on it. But as you can see right now, if we zoom up, we are right near the roundabout, bottom end of the map. There's this beautiful little house here. We are currently in the game. But there we go. There is a blue car. That is classed as a parked vehicle. Now, if we were to go into Giant's Engine, this car would not be visible. You would not be able to see this car, which is kind of weird, but it is what it is. And a lot of people struggle finding them, so they do try to like cover it up, like put a building over it or things like that. I mean, we've all done it. We're all guilty of it. But I'm one of these people that I'm very, very visual. I need to see these things to be able to do it. And if you're like me, hopefully this helps, because it took me a long time to figure half of this stuff out that I do now in Giant's Engine. I mean, I make mods in Blender, models in Blender, and I mean, I'm making my own game in Unreal Engine 5. I mean, I'm doing all sorts of things. I keep looking down there because it looks like my cat's going to jump on my desk, so I've got to be careful. But yeah, there we go. There's a blue parked car. How do I get rid of it? In Giant's Engine, if you load up the map, you can't see it. Well, I'm going to show you right away how to go about getting the file, or your map file, the zip file. We'll open the zip file and we'll go from there. So what I will do is I will see you in a minute. There we go. Alright, so here we go. I've made everything big so we can see, but let's just go on extra large icons. Why not? Because if you're looking on a mobile device, it is not going to be the easiest thing to see in the world. But what you can see, I'm going to make it seem like I've literally just downloaded the map off of ModHub or a third-party site, whichever one you choose. So there we go. Here is the Attingham Park zip file. This will be what you get when you have downloaded a mod. So what you want to do is, I'm going to show you the way I do it. It's not the most orthodox way, but it's the way that I've come to know that works better for me. So, you know, there possibly will be faster ways, but, you know, I'm a very visual person. So what you want to do is you want to right click on the zip file, and what I do is in downloads, or if you want to take this to a specific file, like, I mean, I've got all sorts of things on here, like logos, streaming softwares, and I mean, I've got other drives and things, but put this, or pull and drag into whatever folder, or your home screen, or if you want to rename a file or create a file and put this in there, that is fine. I've just got it in downloads for right now. So whichever file you want it in, or if you literally just downloaded it, you've got nothing in your downloads folder, right click, just click on extract here. What that will do is that will unzip this file, but still keep everything in there. You're just copying, basically, everything in this file onto this screen. Sometimes it won't look all like this. This is because I've literally been doing all sorts with this, because this is my version of Attingham, but it will still be the same principle. When you unzip this file, whether it be Attingham Park, Chellington, it doesn't matter what map it is, they will all come as a zip folder. So what you want to be looking for, once you have unzipped it, here we go. Let's just make these icons a little bit smaller. There we go. But right now, as you can see, Attingham Park has been unzipped. In here, we have all these. For right now, you do not need to focus on any of these. All these ones that have been highlighted mean nothing right now. What you want to concentrate on is the one that shows the i3D file. So what you're looking for in that you have just unzipped is one that is an i3D format file. Like this, it says i3D file format. That is the one you are looking for. There will be others, but you want to look for the one that says map. This is going to be the Giants editor. So when you basically load this up, it will load up that map in the Giants editor, obviously. So make sure that you have, obviously, if you've come here, you've already downloaded Giants editor. You can get it from the GDN. You know how to get it. In Google search, just type in Giants editor download, and it will take you to the specific places you need to go. Obviously, log in. You get it. You're here for a reason. So here we go. Here is the map i3D file. What you want to do is you want to double click on this, and then it will come up with select Giants editor. Obviously, I've had a fair few. Obviously, I've got more than that, so I don't know why only 3 have come up. But hey, you want to look, if you're doing 22, FS22, go for the 9.0.3. If you're doing 19, I believe it's 8. But right now we're doing 22, so 9.0.3, or the newest version that you have. If you are watching this at a later date, there will probably be a newer version, but just get the newest version that you have, which is, for me, that one. So what we'll do is we'll open that up, and that will open Giants Editor. Here we go, Giants Editor 64-bit 9.0.3. It will say untitled because it is trying to load in everything on the map. As you can see, there are changes that I've made here and there and removed things. But that's not what we're looking at. What we are looking at right now is the little house that was around by the roundabout, which is just here. Boom. Quick lesson. If you want to move around in Giants Editor, if you hold the right mouse button, that will allow you to scroll and turn. There we go. You can also move if you hold the right mouse button using the WASD. You can move right, left, forward, back. I mean, you can use the scroll wheel to zoom in, or you can hold that. Common sense, you know, WASDs. It's the same as in-game. If you hold left shift, you do actually go a little bit faster by holding right mouse click, left shift, and WASD. As you can see, look at that. We are faster. If you want to go faster or slower, on your keyboard, on the right-hand side, there is a plus or a minus. That will increase or decrease your movement speed with your scroll wheel, like this. There we go. That will increase or decrease that. Very good if you're working in cab. But right now, what we are looking at is here. This is where we saw that little car, which should have been here. But as you can see, we are in Giants Editor. That car is nowhere to be seen. If I try to grab it, it's not even showing up. Look at this. I mean, I'm scrolling, trying to select it. I'm like, oh, where's this car? I can't see it. Because if you was trying to edit this little area here, build like your own little farm, you're not going to know that the car is there. Which can be seriously annoying. I mean, you've put a lot of work in your map, or if you're just learning and you go, well, you know, I don't really want that house there. Yeah, you know, you can delete. You just literally click. My mouse is being weird. Click on the building you don't want, press delete. Obviously, it will get rid of it. As you can see, it's now gone. It's been removed from the map. But if you think, oh no, I really wanted that back, if you hold left control and press Z or Z on your keyboard, that is undo. That will undo the previous thing that you did. But beware, some of these buildings here, like this, even though you delete the building, sometimes there is a collision box that is with that house. So even though you've deleted the house, when you walk up, you will hit an invisible barrier. I will show you how to do that in another video if you want to see it. If this has helped, let me know. and I'll try to do other videos. I mean, I'm not fantastic at Giants Editor. I'm just going by what I've learnt the long and hard, difficult way. But yeah, let's bring that house back with left control and pressing Z or Z, whichever preference you like. But right now, my concern is that car. As you can see, I can select, it selects that house. I mean, if I select there, it selects all these buildings here, but it is not selecting that little car that is down there. And why is it not selecting that darn little car that is there? Because if you went to edit this map, you would not know that that car is there until you've put all the hard work in to find out when you've gone in-game, the car's there. And you're like, ah, so how do we find the car? Well, there's a good way. Let me just close all of these. I don't know why all these are opened. Because if you do select a load of stuff, it will come up with all these openings, which is annoying. Alright, so right now, what we need to concentrate on is... Let me scroll this open so you can see. But right now, in the left-hand corner, you can see it says Scene Graph. Underneath there, it'll say Persp, as perspective or distance. You've got Sun, Terrain, Trees, Tree Lod, Water, Roads, Fields, Hedges, Fences, Pathways, Road Decoration, Gates, Decoration, Attingham Park. You've got buildings, which will highlight literally every single building that's in the map, as you can see. The lights, the same. I mean, it's the same with all of these. You get it. All the lights have been selected. Gameplay, turbines, old barn placeables. The ones that are normally on the outside, at the bottom, are normally the ones that are put beyond the boundary, which are the likes of probably these houses here. Like border, there we go, chateau, plain, lights, you get it. That's not what we're looking for, so let's close you. Oh geez, there we go again, look. But you don't need to worry about them. So we want to get rid of that pesky little car. Where is it? Well, here is how you find parked cars in Giants Editor. What you want to do is you want to go into the left-hand side where it says Scene Graph. Look through all of your pathways, which are on the left-hand side, and look for the one that says Gameplay. So there we go, there's Gameplay. So we'll open Gameplay. And what we'll do is we need to look for one that says Traffic System. Makes no sense. The parked cars are nothing to do with the traffic. So I don't know why they're in there, but you would have thought it would have been in decorations or road decorations, because road decorations is already up there. But in every single map, if you look for one that says Gameplay, if you select that on the left hand side, click the little plus icon, it will open up a new little area. It'll say vehicle shop, start point, animal loading triggers, trigger markers, traffic systems, collisions, AI. You get it. They're there. So what you want to do is look for one that says Traffic System. There should be a little plus icon on the left hand side of it. Press that and it will come up with a load of routes. It'll like route 1, 1, 1, 1, 2. But underneath all of those, if it's really long list, go all the way down that list till you see one that says Parked Cars. Yes, it's in there. Makes no sense, but that's where it is. So what you do is on parked cars, there is a little plus icon. If we select the plus icon, as you can see, it now shows parked cars. Normally there are more than this, I've took a few out. But if you want to see where a certain thing is on the map, and you're like, you know, where you've literally selected it and it's highlighted, and you want to look around, you're like, oh, look, it's over there, and then you have to, like, go all the way over there. You don't need to do that. You just don't need to do that. The quickest way to get to anything in Giants Editor is if you've already seen the area, if you click on it so it's highlighted, if you press F on the keyboard, F for field, Frank, you get it, F, if you press F it will automatically take you to the area where it is. Obviously sometimes it will put you underneath the map for some weird reason, but that's what it is. So here we go. If we click on this one, if we press F, it will take us directly to it. Scroll out, and there we go. We have found where our little parked car is. But you can't see the parked car, which is really annoying. It will come up with parked car, it'll come up with this sphere orb, and obviously directionals. If you are wanting to move something, obviously you've got the red one, which is left and right. You've got the blue one, which is forward and back. And you've got the green one, which is up and down. So there's that. But if you, let's just say, yours is like this. You're like, oh, hang on a minute, I want to rotate it, but nothing's coming up. I can't, how am I supposed to like rotate it, tilt it? It's not coming up. Well, if you are already highlighted on this, and these are showing up on your keyboard, if you press R for Romeo, yes, R, R, if you press that, it will come up with the sphere. Or, up here in the icons, little miss, come down, I knew you was going to do that. Up here, where all these icons are, there are two little ones. One says translation mode and one says rotations mode. If you want to either or, you can do it that way. But it does get rid of the up and down, left and right. If you click on this one, it gets rid of the sphere, which is really annoying. I don't like that. So on the keyboard, if it's selected, press R. I mean, there we go. Look at that. How easy is that? All you got to do is press R on your keyboard, you can rotate it and move it. So there we go. Let's just stop all of them. There we go. So that's where it should be. So now we're on parked car. We want to get rid of it. All you got to do is make sure, if the best way to make sure that you are still on it is if you scroll out, press F on the keyboard. And then obviously it'll zoom you in the map sometimes. But if you scroll out a little bit, you'll see that this is the house. This is where the car is. That is an absolute pain in the back end that you're trying to deal with. If you literally press delete on your keyboard, that has now deleted that car off of the map. Okay? That has deleted it off of the map. What you then want to do is, up in the top left, you want to save your i3D file. You can either go to File and then Save or Save As. Normally just go on Save. You don't want to Save As because that will give you the option to rename it, and you do not want to do that. So click on Save, or even better, up here, just in the top left, there is one just near Reload. If you click on this one, it says Save i3D file. And that will save. You will know it's saved when in here, in the console commands, it will say scene file, obviously user downloads. It says it's in downloads, obviously, because that's where my file was when I downloaded it. It will say maps, map, i3D, and then it will say saved. That is when you know your map has been saved. If this console doesn't show up or isn't showing up at the bottom of your screen, if you go into Window, I'm sure it's Window, yes. If you go into Window, then look down and go onto one that says Console. There we go. It will load this at the bottom of your screen. You can obviously pull it up and then save it. And to know it's saved, it will say this down the bottom. So there we go. We've saved. Let's close it, and we'll go and have a look at this now. Then what you want to do is go back to the downloads folder where all of this lovely happiness is there. So what do you do now? You've took the car out of the map. What I like to do, it's not orthodox, but it's the way I do it, is I right click on the actual file that you downloaded. I click on rename. There is a quicker way. And then I copy that. I delete the original so there is no conflict. And then I will right click again, go on to new, WinRAR-zip or 7-zip, whichever one you are using. You will get the chance to rename it. Just click on paste, and that will rename it to what you've just copied from the file you just deleted. Okay? Then we need to get all of these files into that one file. So in this, just left click and drag over absolutely everything. Over everything, yes, even this zip file that we've just created with nothing in it. Then hold left control on your keyboard. Left control, keep your finger on it and literally just click on the zip file, and that will take it out of the selection. That will remove it from being selected. Okay? Then what you do is click on any of these and drag. Click, hold, and drag. So click, hold, and it's saying 16 files in a little blue box. That's I've grabbed all of these files. And then what you want to do is where it says plus copy, go into your zip folder that you have just created. Let go of the mouse button. And here we go. It is now copying all of these files into this zip file. If you give it a second, that's what it's doing. It's taking all of these files and it's putting it in here. There we go. Always though, make sure you do have a backup of this file. Always have a backup of the original. If you make a mistake, you can go back. So always make sure that you do have a backup. I've got about 7 backups of my version of Atom. I've got one on my D drive, one on my C drive, one on my... I've got loads. But always make sure you have a backup, because you don't want to have to re-download the map again after you've done a lot of stuff to it, you know. So what I usually do is, where your mods folder is, go there. As you can see, I've got a lot of mods. There's loads. So what we're looking for, if we go here, if we scroll down to Attingham Park, there we go, Attingham Park, there it is. So what you do is you grab your new zip folder. Don't worry about these now, you do not need to worry about them. I will delete them. If you want to keep them, but just for this tutorial, I am going to get rid of them so you can see that there is just the Attingham Park. So what we do is we grab this, left click and hold, and pull it down to where it says move to mods. And you just scroll down on the left hand side, move to mods, let go. If you already have a version of Attingham Park, it will ask you to replace the file in the destination. Click on replace file in destination. It will remove the original and put the one in that you have just edited. I know, right? So let's jump in to the Farm Sim 22 game on Attingham Park, and we'll have a look to see if that pesky little car has been removed. Right, so here we go. We are now on the Farming Simulator 22 game, Attingham Park, the file that we messed around with the i3D file. So we've loaded into the game. Let's click start. And because you've used the same name, we literally copied the original zip file, created a new one with the same name, but deleted the old one. That means the zip file has the same name, so your save files are not touched, basically. It makes the same changes that you made in Giant's editor, but your save file is still safe. But always make sure that you do copy and make a backup of your save file. Always make sure you make a copy of it. Always. I've got 7. As I said, I've got about 7. But here we go. Let's jump over. Where's the roundabout? It's over here somewhere. Let's jump to here. Where are you? Okay. So the roundabout should be here somewhere. There it is. Now, so here's the roundabout. The house we did is just over here. Oh, it's just there. So let's go and see if that pesky invisible parked car from Giant's Editor has been removed. It should have been. There we go. The invisible parked car has now been removed. It is not in game and there is no collision. There we go. We can walk. And that blue car, I think it was blue. Well, anyway, that dinky little car has gone. It's not in your game anymore. So that, my friends, is how you get rid of parked cars. Yes, this has been a long-winded tutorial, but the way I learn is very, very visual. I like seeing things broken down, because when you're trying to watch a tutorial and do it at the same time, I don't want to have to keep pausing the tutorial to go into Giant's Editor to try and do it. I just don't like doing that. So nice and slow-winded, and it gets the job done. Once you get the hang of that, it's going to be beautiful. So there we go. That parked car has now gone. And if, like I said, if you wanted to make this area a little farm or something, you could do. But like I say, there you go. Parked car has gone. If you want to see another tutorial like these kind of things, let me know. Like I say, I'm not the greatest with Giant's Editor, but I'm a very visual person. But the car's gone, and that is nice to see. Look at that. Beautiful. But I want to say a thank you for watching this. I hope this has helped. But don't forget, please make sure you do back up your files. Always make sure you've got an extra copy of the zip folder that you are making changes to, in case you do make a mistake. I mean, do feel free during this tutorial, if you want to pause it at any certain point, that is fine. If you've got any comments on things that possibly went wrong, or if you've got any ideas of things that you want to do, like if you want to move trees around, or you want to import things, or if you've seen a building in a map that you really like and you think, I want to add that to my map, maybe I could do a video on that. Till then, I hope this has helped. Get rid of the pesky parked cars. Stay safe, and I'll see you all in the next one. See you then.